It was a busy time on the island of Sodor. The workload at the fishing village had become tremendously difficult for one-engine Arthur to keep up with. Phew, I'm more tired than I've ever been, chuffed Arthur. At the shed, the Fat Controller was waiting for him. He had an important announcement to make.
I know the workload has become exceedingly difficult for you all these past few weeks. Therefore, I decided to borrow a reliable engine from overseas to help on this branch line, mainly the fishing village. I'm sure you will do your best to give him a warm welcome.
Arthur looked mildly disappointed. Sure, he loved the help, but he really loved being by himself at the fishing village. It was a peaceful escape from the loud, bustling yards. Despite knowing this, Arthur smiled and agreed with the Fat Controller. When is he arriving?
Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, which is when I need you to be at the docks to guide the new engine.
Sounds good. What's his name?
His name is Damian. Now enough questions, it's best to get some rest.
And the Fat Controller drove off in his nice blue car, while Arthur slowly drifted to sleep. At about 7, Arthur's crew began firing him up, getting ready for the journey. His wheels started turning and off he went to head for Brendam Docks. When he got there, he saw some of the engines surrounding the new arrival. He was painted in black with red wheels, gold stripes, and a Russian railway logo on his water tanks. He looked very foreign, and Thomas and Percy were impressed. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Damian. I see most of you are steam engines. I am not used to that really. On the other railway, diesels mostly roam the rails, leaving us steam engines either in the shed or shunting. It's a shame, really.
Reginald can only agree, having been left in the shed for many years himself. Which is why you are well fit to help us a lot on our branch line, Arthur smiled confidently. He didn't want to judge a book by its cover, so he happily chuffed away, while Damian chortled behind.
Goodbye, everybody, he whistled happily.
They soon arrived at the fishing village, where many lines of fish trucks were waiting. The fishing business is larger than ever this month, Arthur sighed. It's great Sir Topham brought you when he did. Let's get to work. And the two began working. Damian was happily shunting the trucks left and right, while Arthur was doing the same. Soon, the job was done, and the trucks were shunted into groups of 6. Arthur was most impressed. Well done, Damian. I'll take the trains from here. Arthur smiled. Damian was confused.
Hold on, what am I to do? I want to help take those trains. It will be quicker and more, convenient.
Arthur was conflicted. He would gladly accept the help if it weren't for Damian later having to shunt Murdoch's goods train. I would love for you to help, but you have to shunt Murdoch's train at 12:30. It's 10:34 right now. You wouldn't have much time anyway. I'll manage, insisted Damian, as Arthur nervously watched him couple up to the line of fish trucks and chuffed away to the docks. He puffed happily down the line as the trucks followed, but unfortunately the trucks had noticed that it was a new engine pulling them and started whispering amongst each other.
This one's new,
said a truck. We haven't given him a proper greeting yet, laughed another. The trucks soon knew what to do and snickered. Damian started approaching Gordon's Hill, the trucks laughing behind him. Okay, I can do this, he thought as he got closer to the hill. He was less than halfway from the hill when Damian heard the trucks chanting behind him.
Hold back! Hold back! Yeah!
They laughed as they held their brakes. Damian was shocked.
You stop that at once, you silly trucks!
He growled as he strained up the hill, pulling his hardest. He soon finally made it up to the hill.
I've done it!
He cheered, but the trucks had other ideas. As soon as he started heading down the hill, the trucks then started chanting again.
On!
They giggled as they pushed the entire train down the hill. Damian was mortified.
What is happening? I can't slow down! Help!
Damian applied his brakes, but the trucks insisted he went on. Cecil was coming back from a goods run when he saw Damian running down the hill and up the line. Cecil was shocked and quickly headed to the closest station to alert the station master of where Damian was coming up to. The station master soon got the message, and the signalman changed the points to a siding where Damian was finally able to come to a stop. At this point, he had shut his eyes in fear. He then meekly opened his eyes.
What was that? I could have gotten into an accident with you cheeky trucks pushing me like that. I could have gotten myself, my crew, and obviously you lot hurt. Think about your choices before acting upon them.
He shouted, while the trucks whimpered and apologized, which made Damian smile when he suddenly remembered about the time crunch.
Oh no, I'm sure to be late now.
He sighed. Murdoch was already close to the docks by the time Damian began puffing down the line, with the trucks respectfully following close behind.
I must get there on time,
thought Damian. Presently, Murdoch entered the docks, while Damian was nowhere to be seen. 10 minutes later, he arrived, where Arthur had already dropped off his line of trucks. He knew he was late, which made him very upset, and the Fat Controller was waiting with Murdoch.
You are late,
said the Fat Controller.
I know, sir. I am terribly sorry. But the trucks haven't.
I know what's happened, Damian, and I am quite relieved no one was hurt. I am very impressed with you keeping the trucks in order, and very proud.
Edward, who was nearby when it happened, proudly agreed.
Good show, chap.
Damian smiled and went to work on Murdoch's train. That evening, Arthur spoke to Damian. I am very impressed with your work today. You are a hard-working and very useful engine. I am glad to have you on our line. The other Norramby engines happily agreed.
Thank you. It is an honor to be working with such fine engines.
A few weeks had passed, and it was time for Damian to go back home. The engines gathered around, with the Fat Controller in the middle.
We shall miss you, Damian. You are a credit to the railway.
Thank you, sir. I am sure to come visit again soon.
Please do. You are always welcome back with us, Norramby lot.
For sure. Goodbye for now.
He was soon loaded onto a ship that had soon set off into the distance. Arthur was happy to have made such a good friend and watched as the ship slowly disappeared over the horizon.